Mr. Shawb, sorry for your loss.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to Into the Bapaverse. I am Hectic, and let's just jump right into it as always. Let's get in there.
Did I send you anything that I wanted to? Brendan Schaub texted me.
I'm hurt, man. If you wanted to hurt me, you got me, brother. You definitely got me.
Hey, quit bragging.
We're paying your life.
So UFC 291 happened last week. The main event was Poirier versus Gaethje for the second time for the vacant BMF title in the lightweight division. And for the co-main event, we have Blachowicz versus Pereira. Pereira making his light heavyweight debut. And so, as maybe some of you guys already saw from that recent event, Gaethje won Poirier via head kick. So now they're like 1-1. Poirier beat him the first time like 4 years ago, I think. And now this relates to the fight companion that happened also at the same day, same night.
Mr. Shawb.
So Brendan Schaub invited Brally, Martyn, and Ben Carson. Apparently, Chito Vera was supposed to be there but couldn't make it. Supposedly, Chito Vera had an emergency.
I didn't acknowledge Cheeto's not here. Cheeto had an emergency at the crib. I don't want to give too much away, but it was an issue. He would have got here late. I'm like, dude, be with your family.
Dicey.
So here's what's interesting is that Brally and Shawb made a bet for the main event. And at first it was like 5K, but Brally was like, you know what? Let's do it 10K.
I don't know. I think we did 5, so I think we got to double it.
10 G's?
Yeah, well, I mean, listen. I know
10,
you're a car guy.
You can kind of see Shawb here get a little bit nervous. If you guys know a little bit of what I've been covering or recently covering is that seems like the company that owns The Fighter and the Kid podcast, Cast Media, is seemingly going bankrupt. According to Jim Cornette, he's been speaking about it very recently, and he also names a couple of other people that are under the Cast Media banner.
And is expected to include more than 25 weekly podcasts and 33 million monthly downloads. Assets expected to include top Cast Media shows, some more news, Brandon Schaub's Fighter and the Kid. I don't know who these people are. I'm sorry if I'm getting these names wrong.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I've never heard it.
Whitney Cummings.
Okay.
It seems like there's some bad business going on, and they're getting a lawsuit prepped, and they have not been paying their creators their fair share.
Once again, they're putting out this press release for the market. They're
saying that they are acquiring certain assets of a company that owes everyone money and is going to go bankrupt by the owner's own words and admission unless this deal goes through.
By the way, the owner's attorney wrote that to us, so we have that in writing. Yes. It's basically, take this bad deal with Podcast One, or he's going bankrupt and you get nothing.
So you can kind of see Brandon here kind of get a little worried because, you know, from what we've gotten from before, he's like, damn, where am I going to get the money? You know, where am I going to get the money? All right, so let's watch Brandon and Bradley bet. Here's the clip. It's called, Here's the Entire 10K Grand Bet Scenario. Let's play that.
You guys have to do a little read.
No, all good.
It's all good.
Speaking of money, I thought about it.
With main event, or you talking about main event, co-main event? Main event.
Main event.
Gaethje, Poirier.
I'm saying Gaethje.
Okay, I'll take Poirier, the diamond.
Good call.
And
That's hot sauce in MMA.
Dude, it's good hot sauce.
I feel like last time we, I don't know, I think we did 5, so I think we got to double it.
10 G's?
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, I
What,
know you're a car
10,000?
guy.
Look at that.
I know
Look
you're
at
a car
that.
guy.
Yeah.
I know you're a car guy. You have some nice.
Look at that face that Brendan makes right there.
You're a car guy.
1,000?
Ooh, look at that.
I mean, listen, I
What,
know you're a
10,000?
5, so I think we got to double it.
10 G's?
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, I
What,
know you're a car
10,000?
guy. I mean, listen, I
What,
know you're a car guy.
10,000?
I know you're a car guy.
Yeah.
I know you're a car guy. You have some nice.
You jumped in the whip the other day.
Yes.
You didn't think you'd fit.
I had no idea that I
I
would.
told you.
It's
That's
that
why I bought
260,
it.
man.
I'm
Yeah.
confident about this though.
All right.
I'm confident about
All
this.
right. Shoot your shot, player.
You really believe Poirier?
Yes.
Why do you believe Gaethje? Tell me how he beats Poirier.
Look, I'm gonna be honest here, guys. I also with my buddies thought that Dustin was gonna win. Another one of my buddies, they were betting each other, and one of them bet Gaethje, the other one bet Dustin, and we thought collectively that Dustin seemed like the smarter guy, the guy that has a better chance of beating him, and was also more experienced with beating people that he already beaten before, and he's got a good record of it. Like, for example, Conor McGregor, he lost the first time but beat him twice, even though arguably the third fight was him besting his leg. But we also seen it from, Max Holloway. So, we thought that, I think this was like his third fight, third rematch with another person that he was going to get like an edge, maybe win by decision, or maybe also finish him again. But surprisingly, Gaethje pulled out an amazing kick. We don't see Gaethje throw kicks like that, and that's what caught everybody off guard. Usually we see him throw those leg kicks, and that's what we think that happened with Dustin. He thought that he was going to get leg kicked, but Dustin went high and he wrapped his foot around his neck and finished him like that.
You can't because he doesn't.
Can I argue for Brad? I could argue for Brad here a little bit. He does. If you look at their last fight,
Poirier was killing him though. No, here's the thing.
Nah, Poirier was losing on the cards a little bit, and also with the leg kicks.
He literally was not. I watched that fight 2 days ago. I looked at the scorecards. It was heavily in Poirier's favor. The only thing Gaethje had was the leg kicks. He was getting countered. He was getting ripped to the head.
Momentum was on
the
his side going to that fourth, and you had the eye
Okay,
poke.
the fourth round, Gaethje was kind of taking over.
Yes.
Into that fourth round, and they got clocked immediately. Poirier timed that leg kick in round one. He was launching that left straight from round one.
That I saw a clip where Poirier was talking about. Listen, Poirier was talking about like beating bigger guys is easy, and that just kind of pissed me off personally.
That's fair. That's a 260 mindset.
That's a 260 mindset. I'm 260, brother. Listen,
Gaethje's also changed his fighting style according to him and Trevor Whitman since last time. He's fighting smarter, which I think it's his strength of schedule allows him to fight smart and get wins. I don't know if
James Vick, Edson Barboza, Donald Cerrone.
When you fight smarter, when Justin Gaethje fights smarter, he beats the hell out of people, man. That's just honest truth.
Were the three
all
fights
older.
after he fought Poirier.
All older.
Exactly.
Except for Vic.
And he got first round KOs in all of them because, again, it's easier competition.
So what do you want, Brad? What do you want? Shoot, dog. You want the 10?
Yeah, just flat.
Cash app.
Yeah.
All right.
Or like whatever. You can cash me. Cash me.
I don't have 10 G's cash. What do I look like?
Come on.
I look like Steve Jobs, dog?
Yeah, whatever. No, he
cash
does.
app.
Okay.
Cash app.
No going back on that.
Nope, you got it.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna be stressed out the entire night.
I'm gonna
that makes
give
it so much more fun.
He's gonna send him small payments like how he did at Callum that one time. He's like, "Hey, man,
I was wondering how you want to get that $5,000 to me.
I sent it to the Cash App. The night once you text me, I sent it.
I didn't get it.
Yeah,
I didn't get it on my
to you.
Cash App.
Yeah,
Did you? I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's how I got it.
You sent it to me?
Yeah, I sent it.
we're keep them coming, He's like, chill, Cash App only makes me send you like $250 or something like that, right?
Now there's a limit on there, so it's gonna come in.
That's what I mean. Now here's the problem. I knew it. I need. Listen to me. What did you send me? Because I don't like getting paid in increments.
We'll jump to the fight reaction to the end of the fight. Let's go to that.
Mr. Shawb.
So here's the clip. Brally is getting pizza, and Bapa is talking about Bud Light as the 10 grand fight bet. Fight is on. No shock. The Schwab curse continue. The Schwab curse means like anybody that he bets on loses. It's kind of also like Chael Sonnen curse or the Drake curse. Any of those guys who pick a fighter to win are gonna lose. So I suggest you do the opposite. Is kind of what everybody says. If they pick a fighter they think they're gonna win.
Yeah,
Jay
no.
coming in with the Modelo's.
You're the fucking goat, baby.
I think Bud Light owns Modelo, and they're stocked through the roof. And everyone's like, "Yeah, take that Bud Light."
And it's like, no,
Budweiser's
still
like,
making
"We own
money,
them
yeah.
too, dumbass."
Another 6-pack locked and loaded.
We got Bud Lights too if you want one of those.
I'll crush any beer.
Oh yeah, you drink Bud Light?
I like Bud Light. Here's the thing. Beer's beer. Beer's a beer at the end of the day. I like
Until
people
you start sucking.
People like to attribute political meanings to shit. Beer's beer at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, come on. Real they drink.
But not
Period.
Bud Light, I hear you.
BLs. Give me a couple
Little
BLs. Little BL action.
I'll drink you.
He just said it earlier. He said Bud Light owns Modelo. So what? Shouldn't you not be drinking Modelo too? It's the whole company.
You put in a glass can. You put in a little cup before you put the. Isn't it weird how that became a thing? And like I went to the Padres game, right? And I'm there with my brother and my. Oh!
Oh no!
He knocked him out, head kick. Poirier knocked him out with a head kick.
Yes!
I mean, Gaethje knocked him out.
Yes! Let's go! Run me my money.
Oh my god.
I missed that shit trying to get pizza.
I know, bro.
I'm so mad right now.
Man, Bradley missed that. You know, I think another friend of mine too. He went to the restroom and came back, and we did the same thing. We're like, oh my god! And he was like, what? He's like, damn, you won the bet, dude. You won.
And you don't even like pizza,
bro.
I didn't even see it. We were talking about Bud Lights, man. We were talking about BLs.
We're talking about Bud Light,
and
not
Dustin
being gay.
Poirier died. I didn't see it fucking
This is
coming.
gonna sting. I need 10 grand.
Apparently, Bradley is really keen on getting back what's his. There's a rumor around town that Bradley will shake you down for that money. All right, let's get to the comments here. The first one says from King Demo, it says, the look of disbelief on his face is priceless. He's definitely panicking knowing he doesn't have 10K to pay him, LOL. Here's a big one that I read. Okay, Big Swagger 123 says, the Nug Boy said that Bradley is shockingly cheap, stingy about his money, like co-host a podcast with them, but has yet to offer to pay for or even split the bill on a single meal. They told a story about throwing 2K in ones in a limo and then leaving it there as a tip to the driver, and then later going to Bradley's house and realizing that he scooped up every single bill, stuffed it back into bags, and brought it home with him to keep. This sounds so dumb. It makes me wonder if it's a true story. I'm not gonna even look up the clip. It sounds kind of funny though. I say all this to speculate that Bradley will be extremely unchill about this bet and absolutely demand that Shawb pays him. Here's a reply from Danny Doofus. Will Bapa have finally made a bet where the other party doesn't let him weasel out of it? And that's going with a lot of people that have bets with Shawb, like Theo Vaughn, Chappelle Lacey, Callan a whole bunch of times. Who knows if he paid his, who knows if he paid all that money that he owes him. But I doubt it. But Bradley will for sure want to be asking for that money. And it seems like the way that the lawsuit's going with Cass Media, it's a little dicey.
What's paying your life?
Let's go to another clip. Bradley adding on the damage to Shawb. Here's a clip called Effing Loser. Shawb looking dejected, coming to terms with losing the 10K grand to Bradley.
And that fucking.
Hey, you're like.
I feel so good. You loser.
Yeah, man. That's fair, dude.
Oh my
You've heard
gosh.
that. What do you do with Gaethje now? You can't do you can't do Makhachev. That was a Makhachev beat the shit out of him.
Daryush, maybe? Gaethje Daryush? Hey.
I feel great.
Good steam,
You owe me $5, bitch.
Yeah.
God, dog.
Wow. Folded him, dude.
I felt it.
That is fucking tough. Holy shit.
Dude, if you would have predicted Gaethje by head kick.
Oh, I'd love to hear the commentary. Fuck, man.
This is the look of how every gambler looks after they lose their bets. And, even regardless, still, they had a great night with their homies. But still, losing that money puts you down. And it makes you sad.
What's paying your life?
Continuing with the same thing, talking about betting. Brendan has a bad luck with betting. People say that he's cursed, kind of like Chael or Drake. When they make their bets, whatever he says to the opposite. And even Eric tells him, hey man, like there's videos out there saying that, or criticizing you for making your bets. And he's like, oh yeah, I know, man. Whatever you do, don't get my bets. Don't rely on my bets. You're going to lose some money. And, I appreciate his honesty. Let's watch this clip. This clip is called Bapa Tells People Don't Take His UFC Bets.
I was at the Laugh Factory last Thursday, and I walk in, there's a bunch of Vargos, biker gang guys, like the legit Pats, like all in the back. I'm like, oh my God, that's intense.
Wow.
So I get on stage, I walk out, 4 of them follow me out. I'm like, oh God damn, this ain't good.
Go,
so I walk out, and they're like, oh, we're such big fans. Man, I'm like, oh, cool. They're like, we listen to the Shop Show, man. We bet on your picks. I was like, oh,
no.
that's not good.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys aren't making a lot of money, man. I was like, don't listen to my bets.
Yeah.
There's a lot of YouTube videos about your picks.
no one's, I'm sure, no one's good at betting fights. It's tough, man. It's fucking, and I'm biased as shit. I told him, like, don't bet on my picks. I'm biased. If I know a guy, I bet
on
them.
my picks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whoever's supposed to win doesn't. That's usually what
Fighting's tough to win, man. There's too many ways to lose.
Yeah, they don't eat enough carbs and shit. You don't know their diet.
Yeah, for real.
I know.
They have a bad weight cut, something going on in their personal life.
I know.
Imagine being that guy.
It's not like Patrick Mahomes.
I almost went to the gym yesterday, and I was.
Yeah, that is true from Shawb. UFC betting is tough. You're betting on an individual to win. Football games, team games are different. The fight game is also very risky. Like even Chris D'Elia said, you don't know what they ate. You don't know how they feel. Maybe they're coming in from an injury. That's also true. But here's the thing too, though. Brendan has a thing about lying about making bets. And that's where people get a little bit pissed off. It's like this one. This one's a good example of when Brendan picks a fighter to win, is heavily confident on them winning, and it turns out to be the exact opposite. This clip is called Best MMA Analysis in the Game.
It's just a bad fight for our boy. It is, and I love Dan Hooker. I love him. Dan Hooker's one of the good. I love Dan Hooker. It just sucks, dude. Out of all the matchups, you give him Jalen Turner. They're supposed to fight before, got rescheduled. I just don't like it for Dan Hooker. He's a lot of miles on him. Jalen Turner is a mother trucker, dude. Could not be a worse matchup for Duplessis.
Now, going to the Turner and Hooker fight, you can see that Hooker was, I think he had like 2 losses in a row. Turner had like 5 wins in a row, looked very dominant in lightweight. Hooker going down, I think. And then going up, and then going even more down, going down to the featherweight. He was not doing so good there, and Hooker, wound up being the winner. I understand that, Brandon is saying like, yeah, he's got no chance, but you just never know in the fight game how it's gonna happen.
Hooker, he's a lot of miles on him. Jalen Turner is a mother trucker, dude. Could not be a worse matchup for Duplessis in the middleweight division. 1 through 50, there can be a worse matchup for him. Robert Whittaker, just go, hey, Duplessis, you'll get to Izzy, but you got to get through Robert Whittaker first. You might as well just be like, it's never happening. It's just a nightmare for him, an absolute nightmare. I don't see in any facet how he gets it done. It's not that I dislike Duplessis.
Now, with that fight, Duplessis and Whittaker, Duplessis online was getting a lot of shit, a lot of hate from the online community, the MMA community, that Whittaker was going to dominate him. He was going to beat him up or knock him out. And then Duplessis goes in there and finishes him for the first time in 6 years, right? And completely surprises everybody. Surprises Whittaker, surprises even Shawb, surprises the whole internet. So Brennan is not the only one here alone with this predicament. Everybody online thought that Whittaker was going to beat Duplessis easily, but that just didn't turn out to be the case. Now, here's where it gets to the lying part of it, or trying to cover up your mistakes on being super confident on your picks. Here's this clip called Barndoor's Fight Pick Challenge Redux.
Then Volkanovski, Yair Rodriguez. It was funny. Some guy was talking shit to me because I was like, Volkanovski, there's no one at 45 who's ever going to beat him. It's not a knock on Yair Rodriguez. It's just never going to happen. And the guy's like, oh, Shawb picks Volkanovski. I'm definitely taking Yair Rodriguez. I'm like, cool, dude. Put all your money on Yair Rodriguez. Let me know how it goes for you.
Oh, really, dude?
So in context, he obviously knew that Volkanovski was going to win that fight. So here's where the lying starts from Brendan. And he knew this, so that's why he kind of flipped this fight backwards, or whatever you want to call it. Because Mr. Twitterwink said, if Brendan is picking Whitaker, you better bet the goddamn house on DDP. And then Brendan replies with, do it, let me know how it works out for you. So he mixed that thing up, right? He put, in place of Whitaker and DDP, he put Yair Rodriguez with Volkanovski to kind of cover his behind. But everybody was like, dude, you're on Twitter all the time, or X now, whatever it's called. And we can see that you're lying. And, you know, like, why? Why you do that? Why you do that?
Problem for me, because I really don't fuck with it at all. I post, I get out. I post what I need, and I get out.
That's amazing.
I don't see anything. So I have no idea what you've been up to. I have no idea if they post something dope. I don't find out fight announcements till I'm like at Starbucks and a fan like, dude, did you hear Misha's back? That's how I found out. Starbucks.
Well, how do you find out about all this stuff?
What do you mean?
You were like, she's like, have you heard about this story? We were all like, no, and you're like, I did.
World Star.
Like, how did you find out?
No, not World Star. I read news. Like if I'm on my phone, I'm reading.
Right.
I'm not on social media.
Well, that's the thing, is like, it just, I don't know, it just still like, feel like it just sucks me in. I don't know.
No, it does. Dude, I was like that forever. It took.
And then you just.
Yeah, had to.
You had to be disciplined.
Had to.
I admit, I'm a.
Leah's back in the fold. Delia is out there killing it. We talk about all of Delia's stuff. We talk about Shawb, how he deals with social media, which, point blank, I think he's an absolute liar. You'll see. You'll see.
No question.
Hey, I tell you, he's on that social.
You're not telling me that you just have somebody run your social media 24/7. You just
no. That's got to be a tough little deal.
Yeah.
I got a hard time with social media. It's hard for me to tweet all the time. It's hard for me to do it.
You know, I'm a dumbass.
Oh, really, dude? Let's stay on the whole lying thing. A lot of people know that Brendan lies. Like, a lot of people know that. And here's Tim Dillon saying that, hey, Brendan lies a lot, you know? And that's just one of his things that he does. He lies constantly.
Just to give Josh, like, I was asked, I had a guy who's no longer here, but he's like, hey, will you do Theo Vaughn's podcast? I'm like, sure, I'll do it. Yeah. I showed up to the Theo Vaughn podcast. It just wasn't his podcast. So it came on. I was like, where's Theo? And they're like, well, he's not here. It's like, that's weird. It's his. But it was a totally different podcast. So I didn't care. I was just confused. Right.
No, it's funny because I just thought Brendan Schaub was lying because Brendan lies a lot. So I thought Brendan had just made something up because Brendan's like, oh, yeah, Portnoy on. It's going to be great. I'm like, he knows it's us. He goes, yeah, he's really excited about it. So he's just making things up. So that's all I was talking about on my show is how hilarious because you were like, what the is going on? You're like, why am I talking to these two idiots? But it was fun. It was a good conversation, but you seemed a little pissed up front. Like you were like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah, Brendan does lie a lot for no reason. That's just something he does. It's just like little white lies. And that's something that a lot of people don't like in the real life, right? If somebody lies to you, even for like the small things, it's annoying, you know? And then you kind of wonder later on when you hang out with him or so on that, man, this dude could be lying to me right now. And I'm just, you know, trying to take his word for it. I trust him. But this dude lies about everything. And, you know, that's what some of the things that they criticize him about is just like his blatant lies, his overconfidence, and sometimes his lack of knowledge on certain subjects. You know, that's just a couple of things that annoy people about Brendan.
Shawb, I can go both ways on. Sometimes I've seen him be a flip flopper on things, and even to me personally. Some days he'll give me mad love, talk about how I'm one of the toughest guys in the UFC. When I was gonna fight Sage Northcutt, he was like, "Oh, that's a different level. Mickey's gonna get his ass kicked," like almost like shitting on my parade, like right after the CM Punk fight. I was kind of like, all right, this dude, whatever. And he's talking all shit. Mickey's going to lose to Sage. Then he's on Rogan, and Rogan's like, I think Mickey's going to beat Sage. He's like, yeah, he'll probably beat him.
Yeah. Well, that's
like, let's be a little thorough in our fucking opinions. No, I don't see. That's the thing. I'll sit the fence before I go talking out both sides of my mouth. And that's one of the only things. And sometimes it seems like a little like a LA dick rider.
He's very LA. He's
you know
very,
what I mean?
He's very
and that's
much
just like kind of like that's not thorough to me.
You know, I can understand that, you know. But, you know, well, what we're going to do? All we can do is just do this, you know?
Mr. Shawb.
But I'll end this, guys, right here. Let me know what you guys think about this. And I'll see you guys next time. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys some other day. Bye-bye.